Very nice.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ed Hawks, and you're watching Listen Up Illinois. This is the 16th edition, and today I'm happy to welcome as my guest John Elter, a finger-picking guitar player who does excellent work on the guitar with both his left and his right hand. So, John, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Now, that Victory Rag, how old a tune is that?
Oh, geez, I don't know. To tell you the truth, I understand that one of the Carter people, Maybelle Carter, I think, may have played that early on. Might be attributed to her, but I think it's probably a little older song than that.
So early 1900s or something.
Probably so, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been playing this kind of music, and how did you get interested in this?
Well, I got out of college in 1962, to date myself, and at that point, the second, I think it was, Joan Baez's record had come out, and a lot of people were getting interested in folk music, and my daddy got me a little nylon string harmony guitar for my graduation from college, and I started playing, and then I went off to graduate school at Indiana University that year, and there was a large folk song interest group there. A fellow named Joe Hickerson, I stole some of these songs from, and Maine Smith and some other people, Art Rosenbaum, people who were deeply into traditional music. And I got into that, and a fellow named Greg Hildebrand, taught me how to fingerpick this basic little pattern that I play, and then one day I started playing beyond that pattern. I don't play that pattern specifically anymore, but for a long time I just did that, learned how to play Freight Train and a few other songs I've been playing ever since.
All right. Well, I think you're going to play us a little Freight Train.
I am, yes.
Can you tell me that's the first tune that you learned?
Well, it's not the first tune that I learned, but it's the first tune that I learned to fingerpick with. Fingerpicking, most people, it's that double thumbing, where you have your thumb going like that, keeping rhythm, and then you pick out some melody in the treble strings. There's a little pattern that he taught me going like this. Out there in TV land, if you can slow that down and pick it up, you can learn to fingerpick with that little pattern. Freight train, runs so fast. I don't play it just like that anymore, do I? Freight train, runs so fast now. Please don't tell what train came on, 'cause they won't know which way I've gone. When I'm dead, Lord, and in my grave, no more good times will I crave. Just place a stone at my head and my feet and tell them all that I've gone to sleep. Freight train, runs so fast. Freight train, runs so fast now. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know which way I've gone. I said when I die, Lord, bury me deep down at the end of old Chestnut Street, so I won't hear old number 9 as she goes whistling by. Freight train, runs so fast. Freight train, runs so fast now. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know which way I've gone. Okay, that's Freight Train. And I think I'll do another little tune that I learned at that time called 9-Pound Hammer. It's not a traditional tune. And Freight Train, of course, is composed by, they say, Elizabeth Cotton, who was actually working with the Seeger family and said, "Oh, I play," and turned the guitar over. She played left-handed upside down and played Freight Train, and was discovered by them. Well, 9-Pound Hammer, fairly, it's a Travis song. But I also learned fingerpick, that song, because it's, you'll kind of hear that little pattern in there. With a 9-pound hammer, it's a little too heavy for my size, buddy, for my size. Take this hammer, this carry to the captain, and tell him I'm gone, buddy, tell him I'm gone. I said now roll on, buddy, yes, and take your time. Now I can make mine. Well, I said roll on, buddy, Lord, and pull that load of coal. Now I done broke down and I can't pull no more. My baby, and ain't a coming back. Lord, ain't coming back. I said, roll on, buddy, yes, and pull that load of coal. Now, how can I roll if the wheels won't go? You take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. I've gone to. Now tell him you don't know. Tell him, buddy, you don't know. I said, roll on, buddy, yes, and pull that load of coal. Now how can I roll when the wheels won't go? I said, now roll on, buddy, Lord, and make your time. I done broke down, and I can't make mine. It's a little too heavy for my size. I said, now, buddy, for my size.
Right, 9-pound hammer. Very nice. Well, we're talking about, we're throwing the term finger picking around, and I don't, maybe people who aren't familiar with music may not know exactly what that means, but I guess you're
I'm using my
instead
fingers
of-
to pick on the strings,
yeah,
right.
Instead of like using a pick where you are just kind of strumming up and down, you're kind of using your thumb and your index finger. And
Well, I'm a three-finger picker.
Yeah.
I picked up a number of tunes from Doc Watson. I don't know if I'm sure many of our viewers, if they're interested in this kind of music, have heard of Doc Watson. And he's a two-finger picker, which is the traditional way of doing finger picking. Finger style is what the magazines like to call that now. They don't seem to use the term finger picking as much, but that's what we used when I was first learning there in the 60s. And he's a two-finger picker. And yeah, that's the traditional old-fashioned way that all the most traditional blues artists use, just the thumb and the index finger. But I learned this little pattern that I was showing you there with Freight Train. That's a three-finger pattern, so I'm a three-finger picker.
So your thumb is. What's your thumb actually doing?
Well, the thumb is doing.
Alternating. Kind
Yeah, the basic pattern, that little thing I was doing before. Well, let me do that.
Your thumb, and then you kind of pick up with your fingers.
Yeah, it's a specific little pattern that goes 1 and 2. and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I don't know if the camera's picking up my hands very carefully
It's
here.
easy, huh?
But it's a very easy little pattern that you learn.
So
And
how
then you
many
just
hours
keep-
did you do that?
Boy, I don't know. From sometime about 1972, about 10 years after I'd started playing, I was sitting in my little apartment in Villa Grove. I was in law school at the time, and suddenly I couldn't play anything the same way twice. Before that, I'd been playing Freight Train or any other tune, just with that little pattern. It's a handy little pattern. You learn that. And then you just go fast until that syncopated note stands out.
So that's the accents on
Like that. And so eventually then, after doing that, your thumb begins to be independent. Jorma Kaukonen says that he just sat around doing this for a while trying to find notes. And you can do that, and the thumb will get independent. But that little pattern seems to help, because then you can use that on all kinds of things. You can
But then
play. Yeah, go ahead.
But then eventually you broke out of that, or?
Yeah. You might hear it occasionally, but yeah, you won't hear. I don't play anything with just that pattern. You can play the Deep River Blues with that same little pattern. Of course, you got to do a few other things. So when I play it. No, I don't play that pattern anymore,
Right.
except that it's the basis of really a lot of basic finger picking that I do, and it taught me how to play that style. There's all
So
kinds
now
of
you
other.
improvise kind of.
Now I
within that.
basically improvise, all through the song. It's all just kind of made up as I go along. There's other kinds of things you can do with your fingers individually. You can do a little arpeggio like that.
Your left hand, I guess you're also, you can.
I'm just making
you're doing
chords.
pull-offs or hammer on.
Occasionally, I pull off and hammer on and do. And also, I'm playing without finger picks on my 2 fingers. I got a thumb pick because I like the attack and the volume that you get with that. Well, I'm playing with my fingernails, and sometimes I will do the kind of basic strumming that person does with the finger, going pluck a bass note. And do that kind of strumming, but you'll see me do that while I'm doing finger picking things. And I just do whatever my fingers seem to want to do anymore.
So the melody's kind of played out of the chord. in a sense.
That's right. Yeah, you're playing the chord. You hold the chord like with that Freight Train, and you hold the chord and then
Use your pinky and your first
right.
finger there. to play.
Yeah, with the little finger you get the melody notes, and that's commonly how with that 9-pound hammer. You're doing the same kind of thing there, and well, with all of them, that's what you're doing. You're finding the melody notes usually in the treble strings, the higher strings, and
Well, you got
and
another-
that's finger picking.
Yeah.
If somebody looks at that a whole bunch of times and figures out that little pattern, they'll be on their way to knowing how to
Right.
finger pick, or finger style guitar, as
Yeah.
they call it these days.
Well, thanks. That's helpful information. I think. So, do you have another tune for us?
Well, sure. Let's see. I'm going to do one that I learned from Mike Seeger right here on the University of Illinois campus about 1974 or something like that. He was here. He did this nice little tune called The Cannonball, and I kind of liked it. And he did it with 2 fingers. He did it the traditional style, but I have to use 3. jumpers, starch my overalls, catch that train that they call the Cannonball from Buffalo to Washington. Yeah, now yonder comes the train, rolling down the track. It's gonna carry me away, but it ain't gonna carry me back, my honey babe. I'm leaving you. Now my baby left me. She even took my shoes. It's enough to give me them low down weary blues. Yes, she's gone. She's solid gone. Now I'm going up north this fall. They're saying left luck don't change. Won't be back at all, my honey babe. I'm leaving you. You can wash my jumpers, starch my overalls, catch that train that they call the Cannonball from Buffalo to Washington. And going from that, something else that's, maybe it's local. In a sense, it's kind of local. It's from Indianapolis. A blues from Indianapolis called the How Long Blues. Scrapper Blackwell, I understand, wrote this. Again, in the 30s, I believe. How long, baby, how long has that evening train been gone? For how long, baby, how long? I hear that whistle, don't see no train deep in my heart, babe. There's an aching pain. For how long, baby, how long? Ain't got a nickel, got no money for the train, but I'm gonna see my baby if I have to ride the line. For how long, baby, how long? Yes, gonna take my watch and I'm gonna place it in pawn. Don't want her to keep telling me how long you've been gone. For how long, baby, baby, how long? I said, how long must I keep my watching pawn? For how long, baby, baby, how long? How long has that evening train been gone? For how long, baby, how long? I said now, baby, baby, how long? Okay, that's a How Long blues. So we'll do some other blues things here. Go to a little bouncier blues from the sort of the Piedmont region, I guess. Doc Watson stole this from, let's see, was it the Blue Sky Boys or the Delmore Brothers? I think it was the Delmore Brothers that he stole this one from. It's called the Deep River Blues I was talking about a minute ago that you could do with that little melody pattern. Pretty nice. But I don't do it quite straight that way. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more because I've got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive along, Lord, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I've got them deep river blues. Yeah, my old gal, she's a good old pal, Lord, she looks like a waterfowl when I've got them deep river blues. Ain't no one to cry for me, Lord, the fish, they all go out on the street when I got them deep river blues. I'll go down, don't you see, because I've got them deep river blues. I'm going down to Muscle Shoals, Lord, times are better there, I'm told, 'cause I've got them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive along, now let the waves sweep along. I've got them deep, deep river blues. My old boat, I'm gonna sail if she'll float, 'cause I got them deep river blues. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, 'cause times are better there, I'm told, 'cause I've got them deep river blues. I said, let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, because I've got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive along, let the waves sweep along, because I got them deep river blues. about. And we can do another little blues kind of tune here called the Hesitation Blues. Well, nickel is a nickel, dime is a dime. Need a new gal, but she won't mind. Tell me how long must I wait? Can I get you now? Lord, must I hesitate? Well, the eagle on the dollar says in God we trust. Well, you say you want a man, but you want to see that dollar first. Tell me how long. Can I get you now? Lord, must I hesitate? Hesitation stockings, hesitation shoes. Lord, I got them hesitation blues. Tell me how long must I wait? Yes, can I get now? Yes, must I hesitate? Hesitation stockings, hesitation shoes, Lord, I've got them hesitation blues. Tell me how long must I wait? Can I get you now, Lord, must I hesitate? I said, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, Lord. Whiskey don't get you, Lord, the women must. I tell you how long must I wait? Can I get you now, Lord, must I hesitate? It's rocks in the ocean, fish in the sea. Lord, you mean the world to me. Tell me how long must I wait? Can I get you now? I said, Lord, must I hesitate? A version of that.
Very nice.
Thank you.
That was your blues set, obviously. So
That was the blues part, right?
yeah, you mentioned the Piedmont style. Do you know what the background is to that name?
Well, it's a
that's-
Piedmont section is North Carolina, South Carolina, in there, West Virginia. There's a section of Piedmont Mountains, and it just comes from that geographical term. That's where the Piedmont appellation comes from. And there are a number of people playing in that kind of a finger picking sort of style, a little bouncier, not like the sort of Mississippi Delta blues sort of style.
So there is a difference between
Oh,
those
yeah.
two, kind of?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, I don't try to sound like anybody in particular. I just play the tunes and sound like myself, and I don't try to go back and imitate sounds. There are lots of people who do that very, very well, but I just don't do it that way.
So like the Mississippi Delta blues, is that a little slower than usually?
Well, Mississippi Delta blues tends to be the kind of slower thing. Rock maybe.
More of the rock style.
Little bits like
so-
that. That's a
Yeah, the
riff from rock
roots
maybe.
of Elvis style there.
Probably. Yeah, you'd probably say something like that. Yeah, actually. So let's see. We could do some other kinds of songs here. Something a little bit more. Well, this is a tune from. It's not a traditional tune in that sense. It's written by Jesse Fuller, called "Fool's Paradise," which is a little tune. I saw Jesse Fuller way back in the '60s when I was there in Indiana University. They brought a lot of performers, Brownie McGee and all kinds of people. A lot of my style sounds a lot like Brownie McGee, I think, because I chord so much because he does that. But anyway, the song called "Nobody Knows You." Well, let's see. First, I think I'll do "Fool's Paradise" first, a Jesse Fuller tune. Yeah, Mama told me, get that right. I'll get the right verse here. Live TV, get mistakes. Well, I've been thinking about the life I've led. Well, it's a wonder. It's a wonder I did. Drinking and gambling, Lord, and staying out all night. Living in a fool's paradise. My mother told me, yes, my father, he wrote it down. He said, now, son, it's gonna put you 6 feet underground. Drinking and gambling, Lord, and staying out all night. Living in a fool's paradise. Well, I see some things in my life, like all these fools we've all met. Learned some things now in my life that, Lord, I'll never forget. My mother told me, Lord, my daddy said it too. He said, now, son, it's gonna be the run of you. Drinking and gambling, Lord, and staying out all night and living in a fool's paradise. My mother told me, Lord, my daddy said it too. He said, son, it's gonna catch up to you. He said, drinking and gambling, Lord, and staying out all night and living in a paradise. Now, I see some things in my life, Lord, like all these fools we've all met. Learned some things in my life, Lord, I wish I could forget. My mother told me, Lord, Dad, he said it too. He said, son, it's gonna be the death of you. He said, drinking and gambling and staying all night, living in a fool's paradise. I said, drinking and gambling, living in a fool's paradise. Okay, A Fool's Paradise. Maybe a little darker song than some. So let's see, we can do something from past again. Another pop song. I said once I lived a life of a millionaire, spending my money, Lord, I didn't care, taking my friends out for a mighty good time, buying high-priced liquor, champagne and wine. But as soon as I began to fall, didn't have no friends, no place to go. Well, if I ever get my hands on $1 again, I'm gonna hang on to it till the eagle grins, because nobody knows when you're down and out. In your pocket, Lord, not one penny, and you haven't any. But when I get back on my feet again, everybody wants to be my long lost friend. Well, I said, it's mighty strange, without a doubt, how when you're down and out. Once I lived the life of a millionaire, spending my money, Lord, I didn't care, taking my friends out for a mighty good time, a very good time, I should tell you, buying high-priced liquor, champagne and wine. But as soon as I began to fall so low, didn't have no friends, no place to go. Well, ever get my hands on $1 again, I tell you, I'm gonna hang on to it till the eagle grins, 'cause nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket, Lord, not one penny, and your friends, you know where they went. Not a one, not any, but as soon as you get back on your feet again, everybody wants to be your long lost friend. Well, it's mighty strange without a doubt how nobody knows you when you're down and out.
say.
They say, and it's true, I bet you. So, we could move on to kind of a somber song, and then a couple of love songs or something.
Okay.
I've got an anti-war song from way back there. Way back about
Anti-war.
1960.
They used
How
to
about-
sing anti-war songs?
People used to sing anti-war songs. Yeah, I've heard that. This is a general anti-war song. It's not about any particular war. It's just about folks when the war was around. It's called "The Crow on the Cradle." It was actually written by somebody named Sidney Carter back in the, I think, late 50s. Sheep's in the meadow, the cows in the corn. Now is the time for a child to be born. Laugh at the moon and he'll cry for the sun. And if he's a boy, he'll carry a gun. Sang the crow. Crow on the cradle. Well, if it should be that our baby's a girl, well, never you mind if her hair doesn't curl. With rings on her fingers and bells on her toes, and a bomber above her wherever she goes. Sang the crow on the cradle. Rock-a-bye, baby, darken the light. Somebody's baby is born for fight. Rock-a-bye, baby, white and the black. Somebody's baby is not coming back. Sang the crow. Sang the crow on the cradle. Well, your mammy and your pappy, they'll scrape and they'll save to buy you a coffin, to dig you a grave. Now hush-a-bye, little one, why do you weep? We've got a toy that can put you to sleep. Sang the crow. Sang the crow on the cradle. Bring me a gun and I'll shoot that bird dead. Well, that's what your mammy and your pappy once said. Crow on the cradle, what shall we do? At my good people, I'll leave up to you. Sang the crow. Sang the crow on the cradle. Sang the crow. Sang the crow on the cradle.
Very somber.
Very somber little song. We could
so-
do something happier.
Yeah. So how do you choose your material? How do you decide what you're gonna sing or?
Oh, gee, it's just things I like, I guess. Songs I've heard that have struck me. It's really, I don't pick by any particular plan or anything like that.
You just hear a song and if
I
you
hear a
like
song
it,
and I hear somebody sing it, and I say, "Oh, that's something I could probably do that." I try not to do things like, I love lots of music, all kinds of classical, and love the Beatles and everything, but I try not to do Beatles songs or things like that. I try not to do songs that don't sound right with a single guitar, because I generally play solo, and if you try to do a Beatles song, you need an orchestra. You need a lot of overdubbing
Right.
to make it sound like people expect it to sound. You can do Blackbird and a few songs that they do that are sort of acoustic guitar songs, but to do things that are rock and roll classics or things like that, you really need a band. You
Right,
need a
yeah.
whole different sound. I try to do solo things that I run across that sound good solo guitar.
Yeah. Do you play around town at all?
I used to play at the Embassy quite a bit, and I've done the Cranert Uncorked, and play at the Iron Post occasionally. The venues are closing up.
Yeah.
The Embassy closing up. Some of the venues are
Right.
closing
So
up.
you do have a recording, is that right? You have a
I
CD?
have a little CD that's I think of it as a demo recording, but I do have a CD. That's true.
Yeah, and people, if they wanted to contact you, they could
They
do it through
could
email?
They could get me through email. It's jelder2004@sbcglobal.net. I'm in the phone book. There are two John Elders actually in the phone book. I'm John E. There's a John H. Used to be a couple of others when
And
I
it's
first moved here.
Elder, E-L-D-E-R.
ELDR, like an elder in the church,
Yeah.
but I'm not. If I say that again, my wife will kill me.
Oh, yeah. Well, you gotta have some way to distinguish.
Yeah, really. Even if it's a silly saying like that.
Right.
So, yeah, I enjoyed a whole variety of different kinds of music to listen to. I enjoy bluegrass, but can't play solo bluegrass. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. I could even sing a song in French, or at least one verse of it in French. Thought I'd probably do Plaisir d'amour,
Okay.
and maybe the prettiest song I know. After that, the Wild Mountain Time. And so. Plaisir d'amour, it's an old French song, and you'll recognize the melody because, of course, the king, Elvis Presley, stole the melody, or some people did, for a song called Aurélie, and he recorded something like that. But that old melody comes from Plaisir d'amour, a very old French song. Plaisir d'amour ne dure qu'un moment, chagrin d'amour dure toute la vie. The joys of love are but a moment long. Pain of love lasts the whole life through. Your eyes kissed mine, I saw the love in them shine. You brought me heaven right then when your eyes kissed mine. My love loves me and all the wonders I see. A rainbow shines in my window. My love loves me, and now she's gone, like a dream that fades into dawn. But the words stay locked in my heartstrings. My love loves me. Plaisir d'amour ne dure qu'un moment, chagrin d'amour dure toute la vie.
Well, I'd like to take this time to thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate
again,
being
this,
here.
yeah, this is Listen Up, Illinois. This has been the 16th edition of it. These also get posted to YouTube, the Old Time One, OLTIME1 channel. So if you do a search on YouTube for that channel, you should find the Listen Up Illinois programs. Also, I want to plug a Folk and Roots Festival that's coming up at the end of September, September 25th and 26th. Be taking place in downtown Urbana. And you can find out more information at www.cufolkandroots.org. So if you want to find out about that festival, check out that website and you'll hear more of this kind of music that we'll be performing there, as well as Irish music, Cajun, Zydeco music, singer-songwriters, bluegrass music, old-time music, plus a variety of hands-on activities for children. So looking forward to that festival. So you
Indeed.
have one more song for us?
One more. I'll do Wild Mountain tonight. The summertime is coming, and the leaves are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme blooms around the bloomin' heather. Will ye go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will he go, lassie, go? I'll build my love a bower by some clear crystal fountain, and over it I'll plant all the flowers of the mountain. Will ye go, lassie, go? If my true love won't go, then I'll surely find another to pull wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? Summertime is coming, and the leaves are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme blooms around the bloomin' heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pull wild